the body is also convergent. The body is convergent to your heart, to your passion. The body will follow where the heart leads. Very well done. Crutch words. Now, where do you use a crutch? When you are disabled, you use a crutch. Basically, Darren's crutch word was basically. Every single time he could not find a word, he probably would say basically. Not anymore, right? Mine is right, I suppose. Money in the bank. Yes, if you are able to speak like David, it's probably money in the bank for you and me. Thank you very much, David, for your presentation. City, time flew by. Obviously, when you are with a very hot young chap, time flies by for a hot young lady, right? Meenu, how do you take the defeat in your stride? In your journey, you're walking along and there is a fall. You have a fall. How do you take that in your stride? A stumbling block. You can walk across a stumbling block, but you need to learn how to pick yourselves up. Michi, element of compassion, sympathy and empathy. A power of three, a triad, a rhetorical device. Very well done. Now on to the blunders that I heard. Okay, I would like to qualify that a little bit. These are some of the recommendations that I have with respect to language usage today. First of all, incorrect plurals. This is a common mistake that I keep hearing in our chapter meetings. I think we should strive towards cutting down the incorrect plural usage that we have in our chapter meetings. As a parents, now if you say a, you cannot say parents. You should always say as a parent. Toastmasters of the day. David, do you have an alter ego by any chance? So there can only be, in a chapter meeting, there can only be one toastmaster. So that person is a toastmaster of the day. The weak use of English language, sometimes we tend to use language informally. Kids. Now kids are actually the young ones of the goat. When you refer to your own children, they are children and not kids. So please try to avoid using kids and use children. Guy. Now guy, you could say person, say folks, I think. Now so-called latecomer. Now you can either be a latecomer or you are not a latecomer. You cannot be a so-called latecomer. This kind of qualification of the noun will eventually weaken the noun itself. So please do not use so-called or basically and those kind of things, right, before a noun. Experience stuff. Experience, your experiences, that's what I think you meant by that. Kind of know each other. You either know each other or you do not know each other. Or you barely know each other. So each of these have a different meaning. Now kind of know each other is neither here nor there. So please try to avoid that kind of usage. Basically, I lost a favorite toy. You either lose a favorite toy or you have that favorite toy with you. So you do not basically lose a favorite toy. Incorrect language. For George, you took 6 minutes. I think you meant George took 6 minutes. I think that's all that is required. You do not really need for George, you took 6 minutes. Good evening, David and Darren to come along. I think you meant thank you, David and Darren, for coming along. You should never say good evening, David and Darren to come along. Irregardless. So what is that word? Despite. It's despite, could be despite or regardless of that. That person is regardless of something, right? Too earlier. You can either say earlier or too early. You cannot say too earlier. Other things, cliches. I heard 2 cliches today without further ado. Now these phrases and these usages really do not add much meaning to what we are trying to say here. It's because it's been used so often that it has lost all meaningful purpose of usage in the Toastmasters chapter meeting. Without further ado, none other than. What are the other cliches that we commonly hear? Can anybody say?
Last but not least.
Last but not least.
First and foremost.
First and foremost. Beautiful. Try to cut out cliches from your language usage so that it becomes even more powerful. results should be able to go to, with the results should be able to go to one of the schools. Now results cannot walk into a school. The results are sent to a school. So with those results, a person can attend a school. So I think that's what you meant by that. Give a green card. Now you could, I don't know, you can secure a green card in the United States of America and live there permanently. I think you meant show the green card, right? Display the green card, show the green card. So that's all I had from a perspective of language usage. I learned a lot today, especially from David and Darren, who were really awesome, I think, today. And I think it was a very valuable presence that we had, especially from David. I think we should all strive to become better speakers and better leaders, better communicators as we progress in our Toastmasters journey. Thank you very much for listening to me, Toastmasters.